Here's the tripod that replaced the professional Manfrotto tripod that I've been using for several years. The K&F lightweight compact professional tripod. This is a 93-inch tripod that has a ton of features that I'm going to walk through in this video. But it's the tripod that in my home studio I have replaced a more professional, more expensive Manfrotto tripod with for the past several months. Big shout out, thanks to K&F for sending me this model to test out. I am happy to say that I can recommend this, and I don't always do that with gear that I am sent, I promise you, and I only will recommend gear that I actually highly recommend. And there are some things about this tripod that I don't love that I'll cover, but there are so many things I love about it. Let's get into it. One of the things I love most about this tripod is how tall it can get. So like most tripods, it has legs that can telescope, but these legs get pretty dang tall and they're super easy to lock and unlock. And you can already see the legs themselves, the tripod legs themselves, make this thing extremely tall. And that was one of the issues that I had with some of my other tripods, that I would put it up as tall as it goes, but it just wouldn't get that tall. And there you have it. This thing's taller than me. It's huge. All right, let's actually make it a little bit shorter so it's a little bit easier to work with. But I'll show you, not only does it get super tall with the legs, but it has the center column that also allows you to get even taller. So this center column has two ways of going up. The standard is by unlocking this little joint right here and moving up the center column. So this, again, I'm just using two of the extended legs, but still this can get pretty tall with just the extended column. But in addition to that, it has this additional internal center column that if you raise both of them up, this thing can get super tall. It's crazy. It has a standard ball head, and this is the one area where I say it's not like the best for video producers because it doesn't have a nice arm that you can use to tilt with. I've actually taken a Manfrotto head and put it on here for my video work, but for photography, it's super easy. It's standard. It is pretty smooth for panning, so if you are doing video work where you're panning, it's pretty smooth for this connection right here. But for the ball head itself, it's not great for tilting, but for photography, it's great. The camera attachment plate I like. I don't know if you can see here, but it's got one of the little nuts that has the attachment right here for screwing in. I appreciate this a lot more than just the ones with the screw because I'm having to use my keys or try to find a coin or something to tighten these down. And it does have the option for a little flathead screwdriver right there if you want to use that, but it's got the little handle as well, which is super nice. This just locks in right there, and I haven't had an issue with it. I've put a larger camera with a battery pack and a microphone and a larger lens on it. Although you're not going to want to be using a giant professional camera on it. This is definitely built more for DSLR and mirrorless cameras. Another really cool feature is the ability for this to actually go down at a 90-degree angle. So just by unlocking this right here and turning it to the side, you can lock it down. So this is cool because you can get overhead shots, and the ability to telescope this up super high. Again, I only have two legs extended, so this could go even higher. This allows you to get that overhead shot with simply a tripod, no other stands or anything. You would definitely want to counterbalance this with some sort of weight to make sure it doesn't tip, but just having this option is really cool. They really packed a lot into this tripod, and I'm not done yet. One of the other cool features is it has a detachable leg that you can use as a monopod. So this leg right here, just a single telescoping leg, comes off, and then you can easily twist off the tripod head and switch it over here, tighten it down, and you have a monopod. How cool is that? So cool. So instead of having to bring a monopod and a tripod, you can just have one tripod with a detachable leg. You carry this around, use this to get steadier shots, whatever you have. I mean, as a wedding videographer or a documentary filmmaker, run and gun, this is a great tripod. Again, for videographers, I would say the adding a better head that has tilt and smooth panning and tilt would be good and ideal. And so I've used a Manfrotto tripod head myself, but for photography, this is perfectly fine. One minor complaint I have is the little level bubble thing fell out. So you can see there that it has fallen out. And that's just simply because I don't think it was glued down properly or enough. I lost it, and I probably could have just found some glue and glued it down myself, but it came out on a shoot and I lost it. So that is one little complaint. K&F, just make sure you are tightening down that bubble for future users. I mean, other than that, it's very professionally made. I think it looks pretty slick. They call it a compact tripod. I would say that it's not the most compact tripod. It's not like a travel tripod, but at the same time, it is fairly compact compared to, and lightweight compared to some of the other heavier duty tripods that do the same kind of work. That do the same kind of work. So that's the K&F 93-inch compact tripod. I'll include a link down below for you to purchase. Again, highly recommended. I've been using this instead of my Manfrotto tripod because it can get up a little bit higher. Now I could spend extra money for a better, taller tripod for my video work or photography work, but this thing's around $100 and it gets the job done. So I'm gonna keep using this. I'll update you if I have any more issues, but for now, I think it's definitely something that I could highly recommend. Awesome. Hope you enjoyed this little review, and we'll see you in another video.